And you can feel tension amongst the Blitzkrieg Pro faithful. They are torn. We'll send it over to Big Phil.
Introducing first, the challenger. He weighs in tonight at 71 kilos, representing the #1 dojo. He is #1, Ichiban! And tonight, on his first defense of the Bedlam Championship, from Hartford, Connecticut, he is your reigning and defending champion, Top 5 Dead or Alive, Sammy Diaz!
The premier prime number in Blitzkrieg Pro, top 5, dead or alive, Sammy Diaz puts his Bedlam Championship on the line against potentially his greatest rival ever, Ichiban #1. And as I'd said before, if the faithful's torn.
Yeah, and it's hard not to be, because I think especially like you said, in this area, both of these two have been such fixtures throughout the Northeast, throughout especially this pocket of Connecticut. It's
Another level of pride on the gambling table, so to speak.
I mean, when you think about it, for Ichiban, already having that moniker, that belief of being #1, he wants the gold here at Blitzkrieg to prove it.
No doubt, Alyssa. Even these two, you can see that there's a brief moment, a hiccup of hesitation between these two because of that familiarity.
And I think sometimes familiarity can lead one to overplan, to over-strategize, because you're trying to anticipate what your opponent's going to do.
The physical tangibles, they're both practically evenly matched. Two of the fastest in the game today. Gifted phase shifters, they can fly, they can get it done on the ground, they can strike with the best of them. Top wrist lock now from Sammy Diaz.
So incredibly versatile, so daring as well. Agility like you wouldn't believe.
And Ichiban, champion in his own right in the world of amateur collegiate wrestling. Very gifted combatant on the mats. In the air, as we're seeing. Now the leapfrog, the drop down to Sammy Diaz. Yeah. It's what I'm saying about, it's what I was saying about that never-ending game of horse. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Whoa!
I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Arm drags. Like sweep of the legs. Ichiban lateral press, nothing doing. Sweep of the legs from Diaz now. Once again, not even to a 1. Out of the way of the head kick. Ichiban wants the back body drop. Sammy Diaz, other ideas. Back roll out of Ichiban. Cartwheels galore. Looking to fly into that. Cradle shock. Nothing doing on one and done. Nothing doing on the cradle shock. The clothesline. Nobody home on the leg drop.
Nobody home on the PK. Tips back Diaz. Rolls all the way through it. Jackknife cover, wait a second, bridges out.
Wants the backslide now. But Sammy Diaz rolls out the back door. Monkey flip, nothing doing.
Finger to the sky, we're at a standstill.
They went for their greatest maneuvers. They went for setups for their combos, and they had each other's setups scouted. Never mind the door closer of the combo. This is familiarity.
And that was some dizzying combat.
And you gotta wonder, when it was the last two of them at a given evening at Testa Strength Wrestling Dojo, how long they would go for clashing rapiers, bringing each other up to the next tier. We are seeing that firsthand here tonight. Sammy Diaz now off the Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Keeps the fingers laced.
Bridging out now to, oh wait, forcing down the, but raising the hips again.
Now that neck strength of Ichiban on another level. Ichiban springs up to the top.
And balancing himself off the body of Diaz. Whoa, winds all the way through it.
Screws into the Toreador, and now stepping off the bottom rope. Title crush on the apron for Sammy Diaz. And now Ichiban drilled him. The drop kick in between the top and middle rope. Beating each other's high scores. They're destined to do it forever.
And that surge of energy from the index finger of Ichiban.
Now Sammy Diaz being sent back in the ring. Ichiban heading up to such great heights. Drilled him. 12-6 on the elbow.
Only a 2 count as Sammy Diaz still with the wherewithal to kick out. An argument with Will Dojin and his count.
I think Ichiban's arguing the wrong way. He was saying it was a one. And then now heavy on the shoulders. All right, well they might be in agreement.
Dojin is in agreement now, actually.
Very good, very good.
Oh God, open and fire.
Nothing very good. Nothing very good about that.
Certainly not.
And now
champion prone to these #1 punches.
The 1X multiplier in play.
Count to 1, count to 100. Flips off.
And the underhand right. Sammy Diaz spills to the floor, and Ichiban looking to fly.
Oh, right into the outstretched kick of Sammy Diaz.
All too aware.
Oh, nasty landing on the apron.
And he had that plancha dead to rights. They know each other's aerial offense, and Sammy Diaz had just the idea in mind. Now spinning into the back suplex. Got it.
Ichiban feeling a world of hurt right now. And you talked about how they're trying to raise up each other's high scores, but I think these two are just trying to push each other further and further along.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's the equivalent of an arcade rivalry. You go to the arcade at a given day. Somebody beats your high score, and now I got to get a whole bunch of quarters, and I got to beat theirs. It's exactly the pro wrestling equivalent we're seeing here today.
And even in this matchup, forced to expound all of this energy on one another.
Drilled in the kick, sending the shivers, the tingles down the spine, out to probably the fingers and toes of Ichiban. With the knife edge chop, Ichiban ever defiant. And now reversal of the Irish whip. Sammy Diaz now tilt-a-whirl into that backbreaker.
Sickening landing as now Sammy opts for that cover. Could have taken him just a microsecond too long to reposition Ichiban.
Now the sheer speed and inertia of that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, sometimes it can cause that opponent to launch far away from you.
No doubt about that, as now knee lodged between the shoulder blades. Sammy Diaz with pressure on the neck, the shoulders.
And the way he's got Ichiban slightly reclined, he makes it all the more difficult to breathe when you're in that angle of position. And Sammy Diaz, he knows that for this, Ichiban, one of his greatest rivals, the current biggest threat to the Bedlam Championship, no detail can be overlooked. And now the knee to the midsection. Sammy Diaz sends Ichiban into the corner, coming in hot. Soars in with the elbow strike.
Now Ichiban in a prone position on the inside of the ropes. Sammy Diaz up and over with the setup, and Ichiban gets the knees up.
Ichiban had that helo scouted from Sammy Diaz.
Catches the blow, delivers one of his own, does Ichiban.
You'll hear me talk about the old reliables every now and then throughout a wrestling event. These two, the old reliables, won't be getting it done. You're going to have to wear your rival down to nearly nothing. Soars on through. We'll call that an 8-6-0. Potentially a 2-0-3, depending on where he hits. Anyway.
That's a good, fair point. But now Ichiban positioning himself on that top rope. Going for broke. Oh, wait, high risk.
The half Nelson suplex. Finds home for Sammy Diaz.
Ichiban left seeing stars as he struggles back to his feet.
And now Sammy Diaz climbs into the kick.
Throwing his entire body into that one was the reigning champion. And now chucked over the top rope, delivers a knee strike right to the face. Sammy Diaz now.
Seen this before. Finds home with that frog splash.
And
that's what I'm saying.
The velocity just launching Ichiban into that cover goes Diaz, and not enough.
Sammy Diaz, he's starting to do more damage before he goes for those familiar maneuvers that Ichiban may have drilled into his memory. Sammy Diaz making the proper adjustments here, and that may make all the difference here with the Bedlam Championship hanging in the balance.
Because at this point, it's not about the talent. It's not even about the wherewithal or the resilience. It's about how you can strategize against an opponent that you know so well.
Both of these toolboxes run so deep. Imagine having to have an answer for every question. That's the situation these two, champion and contender, find themselves in. Ichiban stacking up the rights, picking up speed. Sammy Diaz with nowhere to go, reverses the Irish whip though. Sunset flip. Diaz able to roll out, the Texas Cloverleaf hooked up.
Seamless fluidity, right into the submission.
Very difficult maneuver to keep on for an extended period of time. That deep squat, especially late in a contest, tough to keep on, especially with your opponent pulling you backwards as Ichiban is doing. Army crawling his way, but Sammy Diaz, not one to say die, but he lost the hook there.
Yeah, Ichiban with that momentum or the movement, able to get his shoulders back underneath him.
Sammy Diaz, but Ichiban out the back door. Rolled up. Magnificent transition, steps on in. Sharpshooter, Scorpion Deathlock once again. Deep squat employed. Ichiban being pulled backward by Sammy Diaz, but this is a much longer crawl if you're Sammy Diaz. He either has to twist himself, which he's doing right now, and did just that. Because if he had tried to crawl clear across the ring, I don't know if his back would have been able to withstand that.
I think you're exactly right. Even the way Sammy Diaz's hand was hovering, shaking over the mat, he might have been considering it for a moment.
Well, the damage done. The Cloverleaf, the Sharpshooter respectively. But now, Ichiban, the high kick through the ropes, stuns Sammy Diaz. It's Sammy once again, that climbing enziguri.
Ichiban in a bad way, prone on the top turnbuckle, almost on that post.
Sammy Diaz pondering a Frankensteiner.
Signs of life though from Ichiban. Now, oh God, jockeying for position and landing unceremoniously on that top rope is Sammy Diaz.
Unbelievable that Sammy Diaz nearly regained his balance. That just goes to show how gifted Sammy Diaz is on his feet. But now, oh my God! The swinging neck breaker from the top rope.
And a bit of a sacrifice play too, as Ichiban also laid out by the sheer force.
Ichiban may as well have said, if I'm going to absorb all of this damage, I'm taking you with me.
No doubt about that, and it's just how important the stakes are in this match, not just with the Bedlam Championship up for grabs, but just to prove yourself and how far you've come to a man you've known so long. Within your dojo, within your region, there are levels and layers for this Bedlam Championship match. Wild in the streets and then some here in Enfield, Connecticut. Both
Ichiban and Diaz making their way to opposite corners.
Staring daggers at one another, dodges out of harm's way, does Ichiban.
And now the pair of steamboat chops connects. Coming in hot. Handsprings into the back elbow. And Ichiban so fast. Missile drop kick finds home.
And with a moment to howl. Points to the sky, that number one.
He might be looking for one and done. That flatliner variant.
Looking for that, was looking for Ichiban Kai, but legs taken out from underneath him. Sammy Diaz, dodged by Ichiban. Big kick right to the mush.
Jumping knees right now. Sammy Diaz puts the brakes on, crease with the super kick. Pop up. Wants that power bomb. Oh, Golden Star, but Ichiban, Hurricanrana, shoulders down.
Oh, I thought we could have had a new champ.
But Ichiban now, fireman's carry. Wait a minute, the legs figure forward. Cradle shot! He just pulled out Sammy Diaz's card. And Sammy Diaz weathers the storm.
Unbelievable.
That's the biggest round in Sammy Diaz's armory. The people know. I gotta believe all of you watching at home on IWTV know too. Ichiban, Sammy Diaz. Champion and challenger dragging each other to the abyss here in Blitzkrieg Pro.
Ichiban now pointing to the top turnbuckle. Whoa, but caught as he tries to step over Sammy Diaz.
Sammy Diaz, was that a last gasp of energy?
Pointing again skyward is Ichiban. And Diaz again reaching out, grasping at the...
Wants no part of Ichiban climbing those top ropes.
Oh, breaking the back of Diaz. The defending champion not in a good way right now. Ichiban, once again, going to high-risk district.
Moonsault, but Ichiban. Ichiban Kai! Sammy Diaz pulled it out!
But Ichiban's still able to kick out!
And now Sammy Diaz. Frog splash!
Sinks into that cover to retain, and Ichiban not done yet.
Talk about weathering the storm. This storm is just picking up.
This tempest has been brewing for years.
Destined to do it forever. And some of our more tenured members of the faithful, they've been watching Sammy Diaz and Ichiban since they first broke in here. How far they've come. But now Sammy Diaz looking to step off, wants that rebound cutter. But hold on, Ichiban. Diaz out the back door. Nothing
Back elbow breaks it up.
Ichiban coming in hot. Sammy Diaz out the back door. Power slam finds home. And now we've seen this, that moonsault. But Ichiban's seen it too. That's the problem.
Those knees aloft right to the midsection of Sammy Diaz.
Apron. Nearly had it. Sammy off the second.
That's the top 5 cutter.
Rebound variant, the cover.
And you can see that frustration really mounting now for Sammy Diaz, who thought that that was enough to put away Ichiban.
No doubt about it. That rebound cutter quickly becoming the official maneuver of Blitzkrieg Pro. Weathering the storm is Ichiban and Sammy Diaz. Ichiban at this point now, I gotta believe this is when you start to travel outside of what's familiar in your repertoire. This is when you start getting riskier, not just by climbing to the top rope, but by trying new things.
Exactly, trying to find something in your arsenal or outside of your arsenal that your opponent may not have scouted.
But here's one. That cradle shot from Sammy Diaz. He's got Ichiban up for it, but Ichiban, the elbows connecting with the jaw of Sammy Diaz.
Trying to anchor himself against that top rope was Ichiban.
And now the Poison Rana! Diaz spills to the floor just off the sheer force, and Ichiban, the Bacon Hero!
As champion and challenger laid out on the hardwood floor. Where do we go from here?
We may be heading to a double countout. With all they've been through in this championship battle, how are they still rising?
It's Ichiban chucking the champion into the ring.
But now stepping off, Ichi Destroyer! Ichiban!
No, caught on the shoulders!
Cradle Shock!
And Sammy Diaz retains!
Sammy Diaz, within this championship defense, he just endured the wrestling equivalent of walking through fire.
No doubt about that. Tested his mettle against a man with such familiarity, and at moments, Torres, it looked like we could have been seeing a new Bedlam champion. Impressive as ever showing from Ichiban here tonight, but it is Sammy Diaz, victorious and still Bedlam champion.
A powerful notch on the belt for Sammy Diaz. Some serious bragging rights earned for it. Hold on a second now. Sammy Diaz, that Bedlam championship placed on the corner. Yeah. No doubt about it. Cut from similar cloths.
That sign of respect, the outraged hand. Appreciation for the war these two waged tonight at Wild in the Streets.
And they're going to continue raising the bar for one another, whether it be as fellow members of a coaching staff, as rivals. The best is yet to come from Ichiban and from our Bedlam champion, Sammy Diaz. Good Lord.
Whew.
Well, folks, we just witnessed a main event caliber championship defense, and we may as well call that a co-main event, if you will. But our main event